So I'm guessing by now we've all seen or at least heard a little bit or gotten some snippets here and there about the whole gist, the whole drama that's been unfolding between Bella and Sheggz on social media of recent. Because I mean, like for the whole of last week, the whole internet was catching fire over this particular issue. So now, without like wasting any much of your time or any further ado, let's just dive right into it and dissect the whole gist from the beginning. Now, if you are not a Nigerian or you're not like chronically online, you may not really know who Bella and Sheggz are. And if you do not watch Big Brother Nigeria, you may not know who Bella and Sheggz are. For those who do not know, Big Brother Nigeria is a Nigerian reality TV show. It's basically almost the same thing with Big Brother Africa. The only difference is that Big Brother Africa was like for the whole of Africa, while Big Brother Nigeria or Big Brother Niger just basically restricted to Nigeria as a country. Yeah, so Bella and Sheggz are reality TV stars and ex-housemates of Big Brother Nigeria season 7, also known as the Level Up season. This season was aired in the year 2022, and Bella and Sheggz pretty much met on the show. Now, on the Big Brother Nigeria show, Bella was basically that girl. She came in being, she came in with a personality, with an aura. She was really pretty, and as a result of that, she was able to gather a heavy fan base because people love pretty people, right? Now, Sheggz, on the other hand, came into the Big Brother Nigeria house being all put together, good looking, handsome, and all of the good stuff, right? And the icing on the cake happened to be that he came in with a UK accent. And if you know anything about Nigerians, you know that once somebody comes in and they have a foreign accent, automatically people start to treat them like they fell from heaven. So Sheggz was also able to gather a huge fan base, mainly because he was a good looking guy, he had an accent, and yeah, that was basically just it. Sheggz took a liking to Bella in this particular show, and from there, a bond started to brew between the both of them, and they started a relationship on the show. The thing about Sheggz and Bella's relationship on the show, I would say there was mixed feelings and mixed reactions from their fans over their relationships. Some of Bella's fans were completely in support of the relationship because, to be very honest, they actually did look good together if you take away the bad parts.
I love you, I treat you well every single
I know you do. I don't doubt the fact that you I don't doubt the fact that you love me. And I love you as well.
They actually looked like a cute couple together on the show. There is no doubt about that. The times when they were lovey-dovey and, just being a proper couple who lived in peace and harmony, they actually did look good together. And some other of Bella's fans had an issue with the fact that Sheggz would usually be unnecessarily verbally abusive towards Bella from time to time. You often find him making some very condescending remarks or just basically saying some demeaning things to Bella from time to time, and it was just like it was a hard pill to swallow for Bella's fans. And then Sheggz fans, on the other hand, or other people in general, were of the opinion that Bella too had a sharp mouth. Bella was actually quite rude, according to the opinion of some parts or some people in the public. And for me, I genuinely feel like the whole issue of Sheggz being verbally abusive towards Bella, it was quite obvious. It was quite obvious that you'd need to be blind or stupid to be able to overlook that. It was just almost every single time you tune in and you see them showing Bella and Sheggz together, it's almost always like he's saying one thing that is off or the other. Even in the little lovey-dovey moments, you would often find him, he would often find a way to sneak in one condescending remark or something like that, And then there would also be times too that Bella would snap, but Sheggz being condescending, being, unnecessarily insultive and stuff was something that was actually common knowledge. Even to the point where there was a particular point in time in the house, or that's the Big Brother Nigeria house, where Ebuka, during the Sunday eviction show, Ebuka had to ask Bella, most of the time, yeah, if you watch Big Brother Nigeria, you know that whenever Ebuka wants to talk about something that people are saying a lot on the outside, because if you don't watch Big Brother Nigeria, let me just let you know, the people who are inside the house, they don't have any means of communication with the outside world, so they don't know what people are saying about them. They're just basically in the house living their lives, right? They don't get to know or find out what people are saying about them until they come out of the house. So whenever Ebuka wants to tell somebody something about, give somebody an idea of what people are saying about them on the outside, he doesn't usually go direct. He kind of finds a way to give them subtle hints, subtle clues, right? But this particular time, I genuinely feel like the Sheggz insultiveness towards Bella was it was just a lot, to the point where Ebuka had to genuinely ask her in clear terms. And I think he said something along the lines of, of Bella, anytime I tune into the show, I always see you apologizing to Sheggz for one thing or the other. And Sheggz is always very insultive towards you. Most of the time, I'll hear him saying stuff to you like fool, stupid, those kind of things. And it's like you always take it. And then he asked her if being insulted was kind of like a love language for her. And what Bella had to say was quite surprising. Bella said that on a normal day, she wouldn't take being insulted from anybody, but because it's Sheggz and she really loves him. So
I hear you being called fool, you're sick, you're stupid. A lot of those very weird words. Is that a love language for you? I'm not sure why you keep taking that. What's happening?
It's actually not a love language, but I really like him, so yeah.
Oh my god. Now let's fast forward to life after Big Brother Naija, life after the show. Bella and Sheggz come out of the house, and a lot of people were genuinely expecting that the relationship was going to hit rock bottom because, or I'd say mostly because, almost all relationships that that are formed on the Big Brother Naija show, they almost all hit rock bottom shortly after they leave the house. There's only been a few relationships, I think about 2, that actually ended up in something serious like marriage. But most of the time, all of these relationships that start in the Big Brother Naija house would often end up, let me just say, like 2 or 3 months when they leave the house, the relationship ends. And a lot of people believe that getting into a relationship is kind of like a winning tactic for some people, because when a relationship is formed on the show and the fans start to see that these people are getting lovey-dovey, the chances of them remaining in the house is usually higher, because people want to watch them together and see what the relationship would eventually lead to. So a lot of people thought that Bella and Sheggz's relationship was scripted for some reason. They actually thought that it was going to end after the show. They thought that it was just like a kind of like their own tactics to stay in the house for some time, right? Or maybe just because of the whole boredom in the house and everybody needing somebody to rub body with because of the cold and all of that. Basically, a lot of people thought that their relationship was going to end, right? I inclusive. Let me confess. And also coupled with the fact that a lot of Bella's fans were not really feeling the relationship between Bella and Sheggz like that, mainly because of, number one, Sheggz was always verbally abusive towards Bella. He would always, because of the way he used to talk to her in the house, a lot of people didn't like it. Personally, I was one of the people that didn't like the way Sheggz used to talk to Bella in the house. Secondly, a lot of people believe that Sheggz was wasting Bella's time and he was not being 100 with Bella. Their relationship actually outlived the expectations of a lot of people, because they actually ended up being in that relationship for a good 4 years before the relationship actually hit rock bottom. Information got out about how the relationship had ended since January 2026, and Sheggz claimed to have been single since the relationship ended. He also came out to talk about how he had health issues in year 2025, and he was basically battling his health in the UK, receiving treatment and stuff in the UK, and being hospitalized in the UK, only to come back to Nigeria in October 2025. And according to him, he found out some things about Bella that made him to question the level of honesty in their relationship.
Make una come here, oh! More chats from this Bella and Sheggz matter don land. The gist be say while Sheggz was hospitalized in UK for months, Bella been dey cheat on am with married man. See chat for here when Sheggz dey tell Bella, Mama say Bella don cheat on am countless times. Now so Bella mama come tell am say he go suffer for promising Bella marriage for 4 years.
Although he said that he was still willing to, he loved Bella so much that he was still willing to, let go of all of the things that made him to question her honesty and actually get married to her. He said he even went as far as purchasing an engagement ring. And then Bella took to her social media to let us know that the relationship had ended. She didn't regret, loving Sheggz and, trying to give love a chance and all of that. She talked about how she had given him or given their relationship a second chance because she honestly believed that people could change. But unfortunately, things didn't work out, so they had to go their separate ways. She also talked about how she didn't regret wanting to get married to Sheggz, and because people are calling Bella desperate for wanting marriage with her boyfriend, which is actually quite, I don't know, it's quite laughable to some extent, but then to some extent if you look at it on the surface level, because what's the point of being in a relationship if you aren't going to get married, right? So Bella said that she doesn't consider herself desperate for wanting to get married to somebody that you love, because that is basically the whole point of being in a relationship with them, right? Anyway, she tried to give their relationship a second chance, but it couldn't work out, so everything had to And let's not get into talking about where things started to get messy. There's been a whole lot of conversation and unverified rumors alleging that Sheggz was not only verbally abusive, he was also physically abusive towards Bella, and he also cheated on her in the relationship. Sheggz came out to deny the allegations of ever cheating on Bella. He also denied the allegations of being abusive towards her. He stated that he's a man of value, he's a family guy, he has a family, he's a brother, he's a sibling, he's a son, and all of that. He can be a lot of things, but he's not an abuser because he's a value. He has values that he stands by, and he's a man of God. Like he loves God and all of that. And that particular post of him coming out to deny ever abusing Bella physically kind of like triggered Fina. And if you don't know who Fina is the ex-winner of Big Brother Naija season 7, the same level up season that Bella and Sheggz met. That same season, Fina was also a female housemate in Big Brother Naija, and she happens to come out as the winner. And she also is a friend of Bella. And that kind of like triggered, so Sheggz coming out to debunk every allegations of him being physically, like abusive or violent towards Bella, kind of like triggered Fina, and she had to come out and give us her own take and tell us what she herself had experienced that happened between Bella and Sheggz. Now, according to Fina, Bella had given her the go-ahead to come out and just spill the entire beans and let the whole world know what has been happening behind closed doors. She even showed us a text message between her and Bella where Bella was like, Fina, come out and talk. Sheggz is lying against me or something like that. And then she came out to come and give recount her experience of a day when she was in Bella's house, and she and Bella slept together in Bella's house in the living room. Sheggz came back the early hours of the next morning around 5 a.m. and Bella went upstairs to go and meet Sheggz to discuss. And from there, she started to hear, like sounds of things hitting against things, and Bella was screaming and crying and like just saying stuff like beat me, this one, that one, all of those kind of things, of which she said she hurried upstairs to go and find out what was happening. And she knocked on the door and everywhere went silent, and then she was asking if they are good, if they're fine, if they're okay, and everywhere went silent. The next thing that happened was that Bella came out of the room, and according to her, she said Bella looked all roughed up, her hair was in a mess, she was crying and all of that, of which she was now asking Bella, how far Bella, what happened? Did Sheggz beat you? Does Sheggz beat you? And Bella claimed that everything was okay and he didn't hit her. Then
one fateful day, I went to see Bella. I slept at her house that day, and Sheggz came back like around 5 a.m. that day, and the next thing, I started hearing things upstairs. I just started hearing things. I climbed the staircase, I banged on the door. Bella, are you okay? Sheggz, what's going on? They didn't answer me. Everywhere was now quiet. I went downstairs back. I was still hearing shouts. Few minutes later, Bella was coming down. Bella, they clean. I came and I said, Bella, Sheggz, they beat you. This is what I'm saying. She'll remember it. I said, Sheggz, they beat you. Bella said no. And they see Bella's eyes. Bella said no. I said, Bella, talk to me. Tell me, Sheggz, because I've been hearing so what's now all those beats, all those, because I'm hearing beats. I'm hearing Bella shouting, Sheggz, you will kill me. I asked Bella. Bella said no. Said nothing did happen. I said, okay. It was a few days today, yesterday, when me and Bella were discussing, that she told me that it was because of me. Sheggz beat her daddy. That's why am I there? That she should tell me to go.
But according to her, she knows what it sounds like when somebody is being physically abused or somebody's getting a proper beating, and she could swear that Sheggz was beating Bella that particular day. And the only reason why she didn't intervene was because Bella didn't tell her the truth as at then. And I think that revelation by Fina kind of like triggered Sheggz, because Sheggz came out and released information to Tolani. If you don't know who Tolani is an AI blog on Instagram that basically comes out to spew hot gist and give us gossip and tea. So Sheggz sent message to Tolani to tell Tolani about how Fina was lying, and the reason why Fina is coming to lie against him and stuff is because Bella basically takes care of Fina, has Fina's back and all of those kind of things. So Fina feels obligated to come out and defend Bella, even if it will require her telling a lie. And he also said that particular day, what happened was that Fina was smoking in his house when he got back, and him and Bella were upstairs having an argument about Fina coming to the house to smoke, because according to him, he doesn't smoke and they don't smoke in the house, right? And then Fina got angry and took to her own social media again to come and make another video where she was now, in fact, I think Fina was just on a mission to destroy whatever public reputation that Sheggz thought that he had, because she came out to come and allege that Sheggz doesn't even have a house, Sheggz is broke, this and that. And then she said that how dare Sheggz come out to talk about her smoking, that doesn't he smoke? She said he takes shisha, she said he takes shisha, he vapes, and she mentioned some other things that he actually consumes for for the necessary highness, sha. And that's actually quite laughable.
Olusha, you mad? You the crazy? You get house? Like, I'm just seeing this. Sheggz, have I ever been to you? Have you have a house? What do you mean by I was staying sitting in your living room and smoke? You did mad? Sheggz, you get house. I've only visited Bella in her own house, and I've never stayed more than 3 days, bro. I will come like this evening, me and Bella go gist till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I go. Same thing, vice versa. You're saying in your living room, are you mad that you're complaining about it? Sheggz, they crazy when they take laughing gas, take shisha, take vape. Are you mad? Even in Bella's house, I've never smoked inside her house. Outside, no, I don't get car. Are you mad? Sheggz, I'm gonna kill you. See, don't even try to. Which one is Bella held it down for me when my sister was in the hospital? Yes, Bella is my friend, and I've held it down for Bella to countless times. How many times when you don't beat this girl?
So Fina has basically just been breathing down fire and brimstone on her social media page because she's mad at Sheggz. And also an old video that was made by Sheggz's supposed ex-girlfriend, a woman named Bemi, who I think is a makeup artist and also a YouTube content creator, has resurfaced online, where she actually came out to talk about her relationship with an abusive partner. In that particular video, she talked about an abusive ex who would physically abuse her, hit her, all of that. She even shared about an experience where he was beating her up until the point where she was running away from him and he was chasing after her, and that just kind of led her to fall off a flight of stairs and break her leg. And we eventually got to find out that the ex in question was Sheggz.
Laptop, chucked it across the room, flinged it across the room. I had makeup set up on my table, eyeshadow, literally swung everything on the floor. My eyeshadow broke on the floor, everything stained the carpet, he didn't care. And you know, he had been quite aggressive by grabbing me, chucking me on the bed. I had a scratch on my hand somewhere. He grabs my head, hits my head on the wall. I go on the stairs now, and I'm trying to run down the stairs as quick as I can. Bearing in mind, this guy's chasing after me. So that's how I just obviously missed a step. And I fell down the stairs, 7 flights. Like I just kept rolling. Landed on my leg. My leg snapped. It snapped. I even thought it was just like a, little sprain or something. Like, yeah, I'll be fine in like 2-3 weeks or more. We got to the hospital, they said, you've done a very good job, like you've literally cracked your.
And that was actually quite funny, because while Bella and Sheggz were in Big Brother Niger house, there was a particular point in time where Sheggz just randomly one day unprovoked started telling Bella about how she's going to see some information about him on social media, about him being abusive and so on and so forth, that she shouldn't believe it because it's just people who are trying to tarnish his image, which is actually quite strange. Because Igwe, how do you know that people are going to come out on social media and talk about you being abusive? How did you know? How did you know, sir? Anyway, I digress. Amidst all of this whole chaos that's been happening, the video has like resurfaced, and a lot of people are now starting to believe that Sheggz is actually an abuser, that he is actually a woman beater. Of which Sheggz has been saying that he doesn't hit women, he hasn't hit anybody before, because even the one that happened between him and his ex-girlfriend, he is still claiming up to date that he didn't beat her, and she's lying, or she was lying then. It just raises the question. Now, although I haven't really seen Bella come out to actually say that Sheggz hit her, I mean, I haven't actually seen a video where Bella said he hit her like by herself. I haven't seen Bella say it with her mouth. Neither have I seen her write about it. But then if you have seen Bella say anything about being beaten up by Sheggz at any point in time, let me know, because I haven't seen a video where Bella actually came out to say verbatim that she was beaten by Sheggz. I haven't seen her say that, right? Neither have I seen her write it anywhere. So I don't really know why, if Sheggz has actually been beating Bella and all of that, why is Bella not like, the crazy thing here, a lot of people are calling Fina foolish because of the way she's coming out to social media to defend Bella crazily. Like Fina is basically buying this matter, like she's carrying it on her head. And a lot of people are asking Fina, why are you crying more than the bereaved? Because it's crazy. A lot of people are saying that Fina is foolish because Fina, like if you know Fina is one celebrity or one Big Brother Niger housemate that has been in and out of a whole lot of controversies. Like it's always one thing or the other happening to Fina. She's had so many battles that she's been fighting, and it's just been a whole lot of things happening to and around Fina. And now people are saying that you and this your so-called friend Bella, you're close, like you guys are this close to the point that you would want to buy her matter like this and fight for her for several days, making several videos, tarnishing your own public image and making yourself look crazy on social media for this girl. But when you were having your own issues, she never came out to support you once. She never came out to make one single video to defend you and clear your name. And now here she is, or here you are, she's having an issue, and then you are buying the market and carrying it on your head like it is something that you're selling. A lot of people are calling Fina foolish. And I don't know if I'm going to say I agree with that or not, but it's just crazy because why is Bella herself not coming out to talk about the issue? Bella only made one post on her story where she gave us a little bit of a write-up of all her expectations from the relationship and all that she experienced in the past in very, very vague terms, depending on how you want to look at it. And ever since then, she's been silent, and it's been Fina who has been making videos back to back to back. And I'm wondering, does Fina love Bella to that extent? I mean, like, why you cry more than the bereaved? Or maybe she just isn't using it as a form of like content, because she also is a content creator and she needs, like, engagement. Maybe her helping on this is like an opportunity for her to, stay relevant on social media. I really don't know. It's just like, it just be things like, that's what I'm thinking, because the way Fina is buying this matter and carrying it on her head, coming out to insult Sheggz and say a lot of things, it's like, you are not the one that was beaten. Hello, why won't you shut up? The owner of the trauma, the owner of the situation is as silent as a mouse, and then here you are coming to rain down fire and brimstone on social media. But then it's what it is, I guess. There are some friends that are just very intentional about fighting their friends' battle, and maybe Fina just happens to be one of them. The final part that was dropped about this particular gist is the fact that Sheggz is suing Bella. Yeah, and people are saying, or allegedly, he is trying to claim damages of 500 million, which is actually quite laughable, because like, this guy, are you sure you know what 500 million looks like? Have you seen 500 million in the account before? Like, I just want to know, if they should ask you to write 500 million in digits, are you sure you'll be able to know the number of zeros you're supposed to put? Like, it's just crazy, because I generally always wonder, like, all of the celebrities that come out to sue people and they mention one dangerous amount of money as like what they want to claim as damages, what is the criteria for somebody to just come and mention? Because like, I really be seeing like some dangerous amount of money that I always doubt if the celebrities in question even have that amount of money in their account, or if they've even seen such an amount of money before that they're requesting for as damages. What is the criteria for an amount that somebody can place as what they want to claim as damages? Because I just feel like there should be a criteria. Maybe like your net worth should be a kind of like a determinant. But like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but like, genuinely, if you're like into legal stuff and maybe like you're a lawyer or something, like, tell me, like, when someone wants to sue someone for defamation of character and all of these other things and claim damages, what is the criteria for determining the amount of money that they want to request for? I know that definitely, even if the court is going to grant them that amount of money, maybe it will eventually be reduced to a certain amount. But let's just say, like, what is the criteria for determining how much someone can actually claim in damages or as damages? I don't really know. Let me know. Like, let me know in the comment section, right? So now people are saying that Sheggz is suing Bella to the tune of 500 million, of which, honestly speaking, I read the letter that was delivered to Bella by Sheggz legal counsel, and quite honestly, I didn't see anything about 500 million on that letter, but maybe there are some parts of the letter that I missed. So if you read the letter and you actually read it properly and you saw, like, did you see anything about 500 million being mentioned in that letter? Because all I know was there was something like a request for a demand for a cease and desist. That is, Bella shouldn't grant interviews or say anything about Sheggz that would further tarnish his personality on social media. And I think they were suing her for defamation of character, because they said that the things that she came out to say on social media have tarnished his public reputation, has affected his businesses and all of that. But I didn't particularly see an actual amount of money. But then I will go through it again. I'm going to be uploading the letter that was, like, delivered to Bella here on this video, somewhere in this video, so that you can read through it and just know if you see anything like that, because I didn't see anything like that there. I didn't see 500 million actually, or maybe I'm the one that doesn't know how to read. I could be wrong. Anyway, some people are going crazy basically about the 500 million, and it's like, okay, have you ever seen 500 million in your life? Anyway, the funny thing is that even is a win at the end of the day. If the court actually should like rule in his favor and he's able to collect 500 million damages from Bella, maybe he can take out 11 million from there and pay her back what he owes. I mean, like, what do you mean you're owing someone 11 million? You're going to court to sue the person? It's just crazy. A lot of people are coming out to ask that, Oga, on what grounds are you suing her? Is there anything that she said here that is wrong? Because there's evidence. There's actually like evidence that's been like circulating on social media about like the amount. First of all, there's evidence of the amount of money that Sheggz owes Bella. At least I saw some screenshots of transfers that she had been making to God. I really wonder how Bella will be feeling now. And do you know, like, this kind of like raises a lot of questions in my head. See, believe celebrity at your own risk, to be very honest. Because you know why I'm saying this? I always wonder, or ever since this whole thing has been unfolding and this whole craziness has been happening on the matter of Bella and Sheggz, I've been wondering, when did all of this abuse start? When did all of this, like feud between the both of them start? Because prior to now, you find Bella granting several interviews where she'll talk about her relationship with Sheggz. You see her go on live, or make posts and basically talk about how this guy is a blessing to her, how he loves her so much, how this and that, how the world can never understand them because they don't know him the way she does. It's crazy. And I'm wondering, all of the times that you used to come out to tell us all of these stories about this guy and tell us how he's pretty much an angel in human form to you and has been a blessing to you, have all of these things been happening by then? So if all of these things have been happening by then, because this matter is not a matter of something that just happened one day, it's something that it's an issue that has been continuing, right? So do you mean to tell me that you've been experiencing all of this in your relationship and you would come out on social media to paint a picture of a perfect relationship with this guy? Now you're making it hard for us to believe you because you're the one that told us that this guy is an angel. You are like, oh my god, there was only a clip or a video that I saw of Bella where she was talking about how she like, for people that are saying that she used to carry Sheggz matter on her head, that she will carry it because the guy is this, he's that, he's all of this.
Like, I don't carry for head. Now I won't carry for head. I'll carry him. He is her trophy. Yes, he is. And I will defend him anywhere, anytime, and any place. Because that guy know what he does for me behind the scenes. So you guys can never. I carry him for.
I'm not here to come and shame or mock anybody, but like, I'm just basically saying that these are the things that we witness on social media. It's crazy. Social media people are calling Bella desperate. I feel like them saying she's desperate, they don't mean desperate because she wants marriage. I feel like people are calling her desperate because it's like she was taking all of these things that were happening in the relationship with the hope that this guy will get married to her. And it not kind of like raises the question, if Sheggz had actually proposed prior to now and they had probably done a wedding, would she have come out to talk about all of these things now? Or she would live in an abusive relationship with a man just because he agreed to marry her? I don't know how, like, what other angle you want to look at this from, but it actually gives desperation to a certain extent because, like, you're a really beautiful girl, you're well-to-do, you're like, educated, you're well-to-do, you're a star, you're popular, you're a public figure, at least here in Nigeria, you're doing well, you have your bag in order and all of that. What is the reason on the surface of this God's green earth why you'll be living with a man that you are almost always the one financing his life and his lifestyle, and this man is feeding you lies for breakfast, lunch and dinner on a daily basis? Not just lies, insults and abuse. Why? And the craziest aspect of the whole thing is the fact that you'd come online on social media to paint, like an image of a perfect relationship, and now you're coming out in a different suit to tell us that the guy is evil. This same guy that you practically told us that is your sunshine, he's the reason why you breathe and live and move and have your being. Now he's evil. Anyway, I'm not here to say whether he actually abused her or did he abuse her. That's not why I'm here. I'm just basically saying that the whole thing is just crazy and it just raises a lot of questions. The fact that I genuinely feel like and I think 1,000 other people genuinely feel like if Sheggz had proposed, she probably wouldn't have come out to talk about all of these things. I just feel like it had finally become glaring that this guy is not going to marry her, and then she just got pissed about all of the years that had been lost and decided to just, like, scatter everywhere. I feel like this guy saw something that this had come to a point where he realized that this girl badly wanted something out of this relationship, and he was just basically leveraging on that to continue to take her for a ride. Do you know why I would say so? Because I actually saw like another leaked chat between Bella and Sheggz, and I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen so you can read along, where she was asking him for her money. I think she did like a total, it has total of like all of the money that this guy was owing her, and she told him, and then he was like, you're not ready for marriage, something like that, because she was asking for her money back. And then she was like, neither are you, pay me my money. See, these people's matter, it tire me. Right now, the whole issue between Bella and Sheggz is quiet. I really wonder what is going to be the next, it has been quiet ever since the lawsuits, ever since the, what's it called? How did they say it? The lawsuits, did they say the lawsuit was served? Whatever, ever since that letter was like released online and we got to find out that Sheggz is suing Bella, everything has been quiet about their matters up until now. I don't know if there's been any updates, but then if there's any updates, I get any other updates, I might make another video to talk about it. But like, I genuinely want us to have a genuine discussion in the comment section. I'd love to know, like your thoughts. What do you think? To some extent, I feel bad for Sheggz if he's innocent too, because we can't say certainly, we can't say for sure because you were not there, I was not there. But then the chances that two different people will come out to lie against you, I don't know. I really don't know, right? I really don't know. But like, it's just a lot. And Sheggz also accused Bella of like cheating on him in the relationship during the period while he was hospitalized in 2025. And honestly, are we really going to blame her? I mean, like, you find out that a guy that you've been together with for 4 years of your life is wasting your time and he isn't going to marry you. And on top of that, he's owing you 11 million. Anyway, that doesn't actually go on to justify cheating. But, I mean, like, it's what it is at the end of the day. I genuinely want, like, your genuine thoughts. Tell me what you feel. Like, do you guys believe that Sheggz actually beats Bella? Because the one that Sheggz is talking and calling God, like, more Christians, we need to do better, you know? Like, it's just really crazy. Because even like the leaked chats between Bella and Sheggz's mom, where she would come to complain about Sheggz and his behavior, she would always just be telling her things like, God will provide, God will help, God will bless, like all of these kind of things, like some unrealistic talk that doesn't actually provide any form of solution whatsoever. And it's just like, it's just exhausting. Christians can be so annoying when they always find a way to try to insert God inside something that somebody is obviously doing something wrong. Instead of it to call the person out and take his stand and say this is wrong, you will be saying God. Is God going to come down from heaven and come and tell Sheggz to stop beating Bella? Like, she's coming to come and tell you this is what's happening in our relationship. You're telling her, please manage the situation. You know, like, Bella's mother says Sheggz suffering has just started though. She said, she said she's a widow. Her God will fight Sheggz for wasting her daughter's time for 4 years. Do you know what 4 years is? I really feel bad for Bella. I really feel bad for them. Do you know that I genuinely feel like Bella and Sheggz were actually in love? I don't think any of them was lying. I think they actually loved each other, but like, they just have some, like unreconcilable differences, and then selfishness and pride is now taking a bigger position in their life. That's what's happening now. Selfishness and pride. I'm saying selfishness and pride because like now nobody wants their own image to be tarnished in the public, right? Nobody wants to be painted in a bad light. And selfishness because like it's not like they're throwing away like all of their history that they had together, throwing it just to the wind, and they're just coming out to fight dirty on social media. Anybody's going to say anything and do anything just to make sure that their own image is sustained on social media. It's crazy. I genuinely pray that they find the necessary peace that they need to navigate the whole situation. Honestly, I pray that the truth will come out, and I feel bad for Sheggz because people have just been trolling him on social media. Oh my God, there wasn't a particular time that he released a post where he just shared some Chop Life pictures of Nigerians are silly people. I can't even lie. I love my people. Sheggz came out and posted some Chop Life pictures where he was basically just showing some times in his past where he was balling. That was funny because he even posted, I think there was a picture from 2019, a snap from 2019 or something like that. And he was just showing like how he used to chop life and all of those kind of things. And then people were just all over in his comments giving him like what? They're like, have you paid back the 11 million? Pay back the 11 million. Someone even said, oh, God, no, by to the post throwback, so you don't pay. You don't pay your missing. Everybody's mad. Like, I just feel like everybody's just shifting attention from everything that has been happening so far and just dwelling on the fact that Sheggz is owing Bella 11 million. 11 million is a whole lot of money. If someone should give me 11 million now, things will change. Like, I'll be different. My accent, my personality, a lot of things are going to change. I genuinely feel like I pray for them. I pray for Bella that she will collect her money back, because 11 million is a whole lot of money to lose to an ex, especially an ex that strung you along for good 4 years of your life, wasted 4 years of your life. And that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts about like this whole situation. Let me know whose side that you're on. If you're neutral, if you're in the category of people that don't even care at all. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Share your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll be in the comments reading and responding to all of your comments. And yeah, that basically brings us to the end of this particular video. Do also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Subscribe to this channel if you aren't already subscribed. Turn on your notifications to get notified whenever I put out new, awesome and amazing videos like this. And until I come again to your screen next time, I remain your girl, Mimi. CK, thank you so much for watching. I love you all dearly, and God bless you. Bye.